There's this sentence from Eckhart Tolle called, he says something like, life is a dancer and you are the dance. Basically, it's a container, it's a space where we bring people together and we take them through a journey. They are invited to look at different parts of themselves. They're invited to look at their bodies, especially the autonomic nervous system, to look at their minds, especially how the ego is constructed, to look at how we relate with each other. I don't know what to call it, to be honest. It's more like an experience. I see it more like as an artist project where people like going inside an installation and they experience themselves in many different ways. It has music, it has videos, it has poetry together with all these different things. It has a lot of moments of space, a lot of moments of looking inside, a lot of moments of sharing with each other.
The people, they really move me. Feel so good. I mean, the experience, the environment, things to explore and to find out is just a beautiful, amazing experience that I have so far. Yeah.
When someone is willing to open the heart, it starts creating ripples somehow through the space, through the physical space, you know. And then suddenly we have an entire circle of 100 people that is really beautiful to see because it's a huge room all in circle and we are all putting the same attention, the same care on the field without even noticing it sometimes. And that is the container that is there. It's bringing a lot of, I don't know, the voice of the heart to the field. And really good intentions for everyone to be at their highest self, right? And I think that's the social field, the container, as we call it.
Anyhow, so we all have these parts, and the good thing, and I think what is refreshing, at least for my system, is that there is the notion that all these parts are welcome. All these parts are just trying to help us. All these parts have good intentions. Even if they create bad results, they have good intentions. They're just trying to help. They are like little kids, like 7-year-old kids, that they jump into this role when there was some traumatic event. And then they imagine that you were in the school and the other kids started laughing at you because of your weight or of your whatever. Other kids start laughing at you, and there was this part that say, we'll make sure that no one will laugh at you anymore. And you become, I don't know, very serious or very funny, like always the funniest person in the room, because that way you entertain the others and the others are not going to humiliate you. So these parts have good intentions. So even the extreme parts, like a part that commits suicide, has a good intention. It doesn't want to kill the person, it wants to kill the pain. It's a different thing, it wants to end the pain. The pain is so much that this part loves you so much that it's willing to kill you for you not to suffer. And these parts normally are marginalized. They are the bad guys. But they are not the bad guys, they are good guys in bad roles. And we can help them also, because most times these parts are tired. And if they could have a different job, they would love to have a different job. But if no one takes care of that role, they will.
We invite them to look at something deeper inside, their higher self, let's call it like that. And also that they are part of this larger being, this larger self. And by that awareness of my body, my mind, the social relationships, the inner and the outer, from this awareness, is it possible or it's easier for us to flourish, to be more aligned with who we are, and to basically try to be aligned with what life is wanting to live through us. So we like to call this program an awareness-based human flourishing program that is trauma-informed. So there is a lot of methodologies that we bring together that comes from more the trauma psychotherapeutical approach. So they are not so visible, but they are informing and holding the field to create a safe container. And also heart-rooted. So there's a lot of heartfulness is really at the core.
Combined with the power of meditation and the different technique of cleaning and things like that, make us to be able to quantum leap to a new direction. So now we expect those things to form to integration and then into action, hopefully.
Imagine an orchestra that only the guy with the how you say bombo, like the boom boom, the drums, like imagine the guy with the drums that doesn't stop and you cannot hear the violin, that's very soft. The maestro, the self, needs to say, hey, you with the drums, and you with the violin, just bring, and now you. So the self has that capacity, that innate basic sanity. I'm not even aware that I have a part, like I'm angry, I am angry, so I'm the anger, or I am sad, I'm the sadness. But with awareness, I can start noticing a part. Oh, I notice a part in me that is sad. I notice a part in me that is angry. I notice a part in me that is judging. So it's a part. So the moment I notice my hand, I'm not blended with my hand anymore. I notice that the hand is part of me, but I'm the one aware of the hand. If I notice the thought, I'm not the thought, I'm the one aware of the thought. So this separation creates a little self-energy. And then we can unblend, we can separate fully from the parts, and then we can start bringing the qualities of self like curiosity, connectedness, calmness, and so on, till compassion. And maybe one day we can reach this state, which I believe that state that most sages are like, they are just fully in self. I don't know if that's the case or not. I've never been there, so I cannot speak by experience, sorry. But that possibility of being fully in self. Okay, maybe that's the central region. I don't know. If any of you is there, please let us know.
People from these 16 different nations, so different ages, you know, from the 20s to the 80s. It's incredible. People from so different places, and the mingle of cultures, it was really fantastic. The program is much deeper in terms of the impact. It gives me some certainty about what I do want to do in the future, so I take some very specific plans that I will follow on the future. And I again say it gave me responsibility to act on the future. That's, I think, a big takeaway from the program.
I have been looking for this safe space for last few years now. Getting into a room of unknown people, sharing your real true self with unknown people, and finding this safe space was a blessing.
So sometimes people come expecting it's like a silent retreat where they're just going to be meditating. It's quite the opposite, like, because we're always with so many different movements and experiences, and almost like a buffet. You go into this buffet of many different things, and you try this thing which is more body-based, and then you try this thing which is more heart-rooted, and then you try this thing which is more dialogic with another human being. And from these different practices coming together and experience, it's almost like they catalyze each other, and the person has, because we are all different at the same time and we have different entry points. So when you create a safe container for people to experience and look at themselves from these different angles, something in them allows them to realize the innate basic goodness, the innate basic sanity, the innate basic wisdom, the innate basic compassion that we are all part of, that we have inside, that we share with each other, and that we are part of something larger. So it's at the end, the idea is for people to have some little seeds of possibilities of what is life wanting to live through them. And then from that place of connection, you cannot say no. When life really calls you and whispers in your heart, and you have your heart open to listen to the whisper of life, then something starts sprouting inside. And then if you have the tools and the possibilities of cultivating those seeds, and heartfulness is the practice I find that is most nurturing for that purpose.